How you guys doing? It is Sunday, August 16, 2020. Out here in this quarantine, I'm James Sims. And for this episode, I'm going to take you through a lot of the big sporting events that happened as of yesterday, especially going on with playoff basketball, baseball, with the Cardinals coming back, the next round of the Stanley Cup Finals, and just what's been going on with the WNBA. So first, I'm going to start with the NBA. In the West play-in game, the Portland Trailblazers would be the Memphis Grizzlies 126-122. And with this win, the Portland Trailblazers will now advance to play the Los Angeles Lakers in Game 1 of the Western Conference playoffs. For the Memphis Grizzlies, Ja Morant, their elite point guard, would lead the way with 35 points, 4 rebounds, and 8 assists. Additionally, their center, Jonas Valanciunas, would finish with 22 points and 17 rebounds and 6 assists. For the Portland Trailblazers, the winners of the night, Carmelo Anthony, the future Hall of Fame forward, finished with 21 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. Additionally, Jusuf Nurkic, their center, finished with 22 points, 21 rebounds, and 6 assists. CJ McCollum, the Portland Trailblazers shooting guard, would finish with 29 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist, shooting 11 for 19 from the field, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. And Damian Lillard, the Portland Trailblazers elite point guard, would lead the way with 31 points, 2 rebounds, 10 assists on the night, shooting 6 for 15 from the field, 5 for 14 from the 3-point line, and 14 for 14 from the free throw line. Portland Trailblazers most definitely got the win, and I think Damian Lillard had the play of the game when he fully dunked on Jonas Valanciunas to assert the fact that he was the best player in the bubble to help the Trailblazers get this win. Good game for him. I think because it was the last performance we're going to see of him as a rookie. I think Ja Morant finishing with 35 points, trying his hardest to get the Grizzlies to get this win. I think Ja Morant was my NBA performer of the night. But that's basketball. And not really much to look forward to until Monday, because that's when basketball is scheduled, and just I'll get into that when we get to it tomorrow. And now jumping to baseball, first I'm going to start off with the St. Louis Cardinals, because the St. Louis Cardinals are officially back. They faced off in a 2-game doubleheader against the Chicago White Sox. In the very first game, the Cardinals were able to put on 4 runs in the first inning, and they were able to beat the Chicago White Sox 5-1, and they were able to jump to 3-3. The White Sox now fall to 10-10. In this game, the Cardinals' elite first baseman Paul Goldschmidt finished 1 for 4. Additionally, Dexter Fowler would finish with 2 RBIs as he finished 2 for 3 on the day. This would translate into their second game, as the Cardinals were able to take both games. As the White Sox fell to 10-11, the Cardinals now jumped to 4-3 after beating the White Sox 6-3 in the second game. Cardinals' elite first baseman called Paul Goldschmidt would finish 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs as he hit his second home run of the season, to help the Cardinals get their 4th win in their first 7 games of the season. And the White Sox, like I said, will now fall to 10-11. Luis Robert was able to get his 3rd home run, and Eloy Jimenez his 6th, but the Cardinals were able to get a much-needed win. And another doubleheader in the Central went off against the Minnesota Twins and the Kansas City Royals. In the first game between them, the Minnesota Twins were able to beat the Royals 4-2. Big games from Nelson Cruz, their designated hitter, who finished 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs as he hit his 5th home run of the season to give La Bomba squad their 13th win, and the Royals now dropped to 8-12. And the second performance is where I think Whit Merrifield won the best hitter of the game, or best hitter of the day. In the second game of this doubleheader, the Kansas City Royals would beat the Twins 4-2. And their big player would be their center fielder, Whit Merrifield, who finished 3 for 4 with a run and 4 RBIs as he hit a RBI single in the second, and he was able to hit a 3-run home run in the 4th to give the Royals all 4 of their runs to help them get their 9th win of the season. Of course, keeping it on the Central, the Chicago Cubs hosted the Milwaukee Brewers, and the Brewers were able to come through at the very end, beating them 6-5 off of an Avisail Garcia double and then Luis Urias singles to help them give the 6-5 advantage to help them get the win over the Cubs. With this win, the Brewers are now 9-10, and the Cubs now fall to 13-5. For the Cubs, their elite third baseman Chris Bryant would finish 1 for 5. Their elite shortstop Javi Baez would finish 0 for 5. Rizzo finished with 2 RBIs, And looking for the Brewers, their elite left fielder Christian Yelich would finish 1-for-4 with 2 runs on the day. Justin Smoke would finish with 2 RBIs, and Urias would finish with 2 RBIs to help the Brewers get this win here. And then shifting it back out to the AL Central, the Detroit Tigers hosted the Cleveland Indians last night, and the Cleveland Indians were able to best them 3-1, especially behind an elite performance from their starting pitcher Shane Bieber as he got his 4th win of the season. He was able to strike out 11 batters and allowed no runs. Only allowed 3 hits in 7 innings pitched, and I think he was the best pitching performer of the night. Continually showing the AL Central why he's one of the most feared pitchers in the game, especially right now with everything that he's been able to do. Now, I'm going to jump out to the East, starting off in the National League. The Philadelphia Phillies hosted the New York Mets, and they were able to beat them 6-2 thanks to a 5-run 5th inning. Big win from their starter, Aaron Nola, who is now 2-1 on the season, who struck out 8 batters, only allowed 3 hits, allowed no runs in 7 innings pitched. For the Philadelphia Phillies, their right fielder Bryce Harper would finish 1-for-3 with an RBI. Rhys Hoskins finished 1-for-3 with 3 RBIs on the day. And additionally, for the New York Mets, their first baseman Pete Alonso would finish 0-for-4 with 2 strikeouts. Dominic Smith would finish with both RBIs as the Mets are now 9-13 and the Phillies now jump to 7-9 in the NL East. Another NL East matchup that took a lot of people by surprise in Miami is the Braves were able to get their 12th win of the season as they were able to best the Marlins. Great pitching performance from their starter Max Fried, who struck out 7 in 6.1 innings. And this would just come down to the big plays at the end of the day. So Marcell Ozuna hit a home run for the Braves. Monte Harrison hit a solo home run for the Marlins to tie it up. And Adam Duvall would hit a home run in the top of the 9th to help the Braves get the 2-1 victory over the Miami Marlins. And going back out to the American League East, the New York Yankees hosted the Boston Red Sox as the Yankees were able to beat them 11-5 behind their pitcher James Paxton, who only allowed 3 earned runs in 5 innings pitched. First, starting off with the Boston Red Sox, big game from Alex Verdugo, their left fielder, as he finished 2-for-4 with an RBI and a run, as he now has 5 home runs for the season for the Boston Red Sox. Additionally, for the Yankees, their elite shortstop, Gleyber Torres, would finish 2-for-4 with a run. Frazier would finish with 3-for-3 with 5 RBIs and a run. Big game for Clint Frazier. And in this game, Clint Frazier was able to hit his 2nd home run of the season. And with this win, the Yankees now jump to 14-6, and the Boston Red Sox now fall to 6-15. Now jumping into another game in the East, the Baltimore Orioles hosted the Washington Nationals, and the Orioles were able to beat the Nationals 7-3. The Orioles are now 12-8 as the Nats fall to 7-11. Shining and one bright spot for the Nationals was Juan Soto, their left fielder, finished 1-for-3 with 2 RBIs on the day. Iglesias, the shortstop for Baltimore, finished 3-for-5 with an RBI on the day. Severino would have 2 RBIs, and this was a big win for the Orioles as they were able to win over the Washington Nationals. And last but not least, I'm going to head out to the West and show you what's been going on, especially in those big games out there. Starting in San Francisco, big game between the A's and the Giants in their Bay Area showdown. This one went down to the 9th inning where the Oakland A's were down by 3 runs going in. They were able to get first. They were able to get a home run off of Sean Murphy to make it 6-4, and then Mark Hanna would hit a 3-run home run to put the Oakland A's ahead in the 9th inning off of a crazy rally, and the A's were able to get that win. I think that Mark Hanna home run was definitely the play of the night last night. Very impressive, and with this win, like I said, the A's now jump to 15-6, best record in the American League West. Staying out to the American League West, the Houston Astros were able to beat the Seattle Mariners yesterday as they now improved to 10-10. Big pitching performances from Carlos Javier for the Houston Astros as he finished striking out 5, only allowing 1 hit in 6 innings pitched. For the Houston Astros, Alex Bregman, their third baseman, would finish 2-for-4. And Altuve, their second baseman, would finish 1-for-3 with an RBI. Big win, like I said, and with this loss, the Seattle Mariners now drop to 7-15, and now jumping out to the National League West for another game. The Arizona Diamondbacks were able to beat the San Diego Padres 7-6 after scoring 6 runs in the 6th and 7th inning combined. They now jump to 10-11 as the Padres now fall to 11-11. For the Padres, Manny Machado, their elite third baseman, would finish 1-for-4 with a run. Fernando Tatis, their elite designated hitter, would finish 2-for-4 with 3 RBIs and 3 runs as he hit his 9th home run of the season. It just wouldn't be enough. As for the Diamondbacks, it would be Nick Ahmed who would put 3 RBIs on the board to help them get this win. They're now sitting at 10-11, half a game behind the San Diego Padres. Another team out west, Colorado Rockies hosted the Texas Rangers, and the Texas Rangers were able to pull one over on the Rockies, beating them 6-4. And it would be a big game for the Texas Rangers, especially from their first baseman, Derek Dietrich, who would finish 1-for-4 with 3 RBIs on the day to help the Rangers get the win. Now the Rangers are sitting at 10-9, and the Rockies are now sitting at 12-8. Moving on to the last game of the night, which went into extra innings between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Los Angeles Angels. It literally went until the very end, where a Max Muncy sacrifice fly would bring in the game-winning run for the Dodgers, and now the Dodgers, after beating the Angels 6-5, are sitting at 15-7, and the Angels now drop to 7-14. For the Angels, their elite center fielder Mike Trout would finish 1-for-4 with 3 RBIs and a run as he hit his 9th home run of the season. Their elite third baseman Anthony Rendon would finish 1-for-4 with an RBI. And with this, the Los Angeles Dodgers, their elite right fielder Mookie Betts would finish 2-for-5 with 3 RBIs and a run as he hit his 8th home run of the season. Their elite first baseman Cody Bellinger would finish 2-for-4 with 2 runs. Big win for both sides, and that's kind of that was what's going on with baseball as of yesterday. I'm just going to give you a rundown into what games to look forward to today, especially the matchups, because it is Sunday baseball. There are going to be a lot of early games on. Rick Porcello is going to face off against Zach Wheeler as the Mets play the Phillies at 1 o'clock. Additionally, Singer is going to trying to get his second win for the Royals as they face off against Dobnak, who's having an amazing start with the Minnesota Twins. Additionally, Lance McCullers is coming off of a very big start as they're looking to face off against the Seattle Mariners. Dakota Hudson is going to face off against Dallas Keuchel as the Cardinals face off against the White Sox. John Lester is going to try to get his 3rd win of the season as the Cubs take on the Brewers. Additionally, Colby Allard made a great first start for the Rangers as they face on the Rockies. And for Dustin May is going to try to get a 2nd win of the season as the Dodgers face off against Julio Teheran and the Los Angeles Angels. And those are the games, especially to be looking forward to today. Now I'm going to make the jump to hockey just to give you just a rundown of what happened yesterday. The Bruins were able to take a 2-1 series lead over the Hurricanes after beating them 3-1 last night. Their center, Charlie Coyle, would finish with a goal and an assist to help the Bruins go above. Additionally, the Arizona Coyotes would beat the Colorado Avalanche 4-2 as they now are as they move in 1 game, as the Colorado Avalanche currently lead that series now 2-1. Their goalie would lead the way, but just a big play, especially from their right winger Connor Garland. Big win for the Coyotes. Additionally, moving on, the Tampa Bay Lightning were able to beat the Blue Jackets as the Lightning now lead the series 2-1. Great game, especially from Hedman, their defensive back, and their center Braden Point. Tampa Bay were now able to lead the series now 2-1. And going on to the last game of the night, the Vegas Golden Knights were able to take a 3-0 lead over the Blackhawks as they beat them 2-1. Marc-Andre Fleury would lead the way for the Golden Knights, and a big goal from their center Patrick Brown. As with this win, they now move 1 win away from clinching and making the next round. Additionally, moving on, last but not least, to the WNBA. Big games that happened there. The Aces were able to beat the Mystics as De'Erica Hamby finished with 14 points. For the Los Angeles Sparks, they were able to beat the Fever 90-76 with Raquina Williams leading the way with 21 points. Last game of the night, the Minnesota Twins were able to destroy the New York Liberty 94-64, led by Nafisa Collier, the forward from Minnesota, as she finished with 26 points, 13 rebounds, and 5 assists. Big games, especially going on over there. And in Europa League, there's going to be a match between Sevilla and Manchester United. But that's really kind of it with what's going on for today, what's going on for Sunday. Thank you once again for listening to all 15, 16 minutes of this piece. Once again, this is The Elite. I'm James Sims. Thanks for hearing my piece. Peace out.